Hello and welcome back to Unwysedom. I am back here in my bamboo farm. As you can see, I have tidied up a little bit and also installed the water stream for collecting the bamboo that we harvest. I've also installed this roof layer of leaves. Got to stop that snow from coming down here and just clogging up this flying machine area. Now I do also want to put a wall right here that goes at least to the tops of the bamboo. That way when the flying machine comes through, pieces aren't getting knocked out of place. One other thing I guess I should mention is I started putting in the windows here. I do plan for them to go all the way up. However, glass is expensive and I am lazy. So we'll see if that gets done anytime soon. The other thing I still need to do is to set up the storage system, which is underneath of this tree. And I think for right now, I'm really just going to do something basic with like a couple of hoppers and some chests. Here's what that looks like, and that'll do it for now. I'm not going to put more effort into that until I see everything else working. Next up, we have got the leaf wall that's going to prevent all the bamboo from flying out onto this area. This is already going to be a pretty lossy farm just due to the fact that the flying machine is traveling between this tower and the other one. Now, is this max growth height for these bamboo? How would I figure that out? Okay, Google has told me that 16 is the build height limit for bamboo. Apparently, yes, you can place more on top of that. So here I am adding the 17th block on top just so that none of them get kicked up over. Just gotta get the other side done as well. Right, so since I'm gonna have to do the outside of the tower as well, I think I'm gonna try to do this as a time lapse. It'll be my first time lapse, so hopefully it's not too bad. Also gonna try to grab some glass and stain it black and do the windows as I go up because that's a lot easier than coming back and doing them later. So let's see how it goes. This is obviously the first time lapse that I've ever done, and considering that, I think it came out really, really well. I've been recording on my laptop and playing on my phone because that's kind of all the equipment that I've got. So if I'm going to keep doing stuff like this, which I do want to, I think I'm going to need another laptop to play on while I do the recording on the other one. And I just don't have that equipment yet. But going forward, this is something that I really want to do more of. It was really fun, and I think the final product looks really cool. As for the bamboo project, this is kind of like the third episode of this now, and we're probably all ready to move on to the next big thing. I do think that future medium-sized projects like this are going to be limited to about an episode and a half at most. But I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. This bamboo farm still needs one final test. Let's just fill in these last couple of leaves, and then we can do the official test. Bamboo's grown up pretty high, so we should get a pretty significant harvest. Just come up here, press the button to launch the machine, start this, and I'll run it again afterwards, but get some of those bamboo out of the way. We can see them coming through the water stream right away, so that's super cool. See whether this guy's come back yet. He has. And so I will run this again just to collect the rest of the bamboo here. I want to see whether these ones are also working. These ones are looking good on this end as well. There's a little bit of loss on this side. No big deal. It looks like we got everything on the ground level. I guess we'll check in here. And oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more storage, huh? I did not expect that. Um, um, it's too much bamboo. It's too much bamboo. Good problems. Let me craft a couple of blocks and go grab the rest of that. That's so funny. I did not expect it to overflow 5 hoppers. That is crazy. A little bit of mess in there. Okay. Wow. Let's see how much got knocked out of here. Not that much, really. Like when you think about it, compared to how much ended up in my hoppers, like I'm not gonna come and pick up this 10, 12 pieces of bamboo. Yeah, each of these chests ended up, I think, with about 10 stacks of bamboo on average, maybe a little bit more. And then there was also the big chunk that I grabbed and turned into blocks, so I got like 50 blocks out of that. This thing is a monster, and I don't think that I will ever be lacking wood ever again. I was thinking about putting some kind of connection over here so that I only have to press the button once to run it and also collect all the drops. And, I think I'm just not gonna do that. I think it's fine how it is. I'm not gonna forget how it works. So I am calling this one done. Maybe with the exception of building up the towers the rest of the way. Of course, I've got to fix this. And there we go. I will definitely be coming back later on to put something a bit more permanent in. But for now, this is fine. Because I am pretty tired of bamboo farms. So I want to go do something else. Welcome to something else. I've been meaning to kind of fill out this little courtyard in my castle for a really long time at this point. I want to raise the level of this grass here because right now you come out here and you can't see over the wall. I want to be able to see down there all the way. So I need to bring this up at least 1 block, maybe all the way up to this level. And that way I can actually see out over the whole castle and the surrounding area when I'm up here. I can actually dig away this dirt and have a little like spot underneath, like a sneaky, not storage necessarily, but just a place underneath where I can hide stuff. I think the deciding factor is actually going to be how the stairs look going up. So if I have this here, then the stairs have to go all the way up to that. And I don't know if that's going to look weird. Oh, we got creepers already. Alright, let's go sleep. Good night. One of the dangers of having a build be lit up really well is that as soon as you take away the light source, then that area becomes a spawning ground for all of the mobs, which means putting a bunch of these in, and then we're just gonna, I guess, dig this side out right away too. Now we gotta light this side up. That should do for now over there. In case it gets dark again. I probably won't let it get dark again. I think I missed a torch back here though. Yeah. Okay. I'll just do the regular stone stairs. I can change them later if I want to. I'll put some like slabs in along here, alternating so that it still gives castle vibes. But yeah, this looks, I think this is better. I think this is a lot better. And then I can put all kinds of like plants and stuff up here. maybe do some like little custom trees, maybe even some big ones that like grow up in weird ways. I think that would be fun. This feels logical, but I could also do something a little more like that, which probably looks a bit more structurally complete. Yeah, no, it's gonna be the brick. Also gotta get rid of this fence, I guess, here. See, this is like the mindless building stuff that you just kind of get bored with and start talking to yourself. Not that the whole channel isn't just me talking to myself. So the other thing that I was thinking about is where exactly I want to put entrances to this lower area, because you can't get in through the steps, so it's probably going to have to be through one of these areas. I got to think about that and how I actually want that to work. Actually, come to think of it, under right there is probably where it's going to be, because that's already like a very tucked away, difficult spot to get to underneath of here. I have like a whole bunch of extra chests and storage for like stone and dirt and netherrack and just mass quantities of items that I collect and don't want to put in my main storage. Follow this up with torches. Finish this last corner over here. One nice thing is that I used to be kind of annoyed by this little furnace right in here, and I wanted it for my like crafting area, but I could never like make it purely hidden, and now it's actually going to be like completely covered up by these grass blocks, so that's kind of nice. There we go. Had just enough of my bricks. It's always nice. Finish up again with some torches. Let me check back here first and see how easy or good this would look. If I just cut this out, this wall right here, I mean, I got a mass of chests over there, so theoretically I could have chests all along here, as long as this is kind of the path, and then pretty much anywhere in here could be storage. The only thing that really bugs me about this now is the dirt overhead. It's kind of not the best look. I'm thinking maybe some trapdoors overhead, because I don't think those prevent you from walking, especially like even if you have to crouch a little bit, then you can. And I can always like lower this and make these into slabs. We'll see what I decide to do. In the meantime, this needs to get out of my way. Goodbye, chests. All of these can go in there. Get the rest of them. And we need the gravel. Get rid of that one, and then this and this. That'll be how that looks. Not going to spend any more time in there. I want to get back to actually working on the outside over there. I'm going to need all of these flowers. Ferns would be pretty cool. I need some bone meal. Actually, what I should really start with is making sure it's lit up properly. How many of these am I going to need? Lots. The answer is lots. Let's get a whole stack going. Just kidding, I ran out of 52. I'm thinking that the lanterns are going to go in between slabs as I put them around everywhere. I want to start in the center because, of course, I do. That came out really nice and even. Getting very lucky with the spacing so far. Hopefully we keep that up. The real question is quantity. Am I going to run out of slabs? Who am I kidding? I'll probably have to run for stone. Definitely want to skip like 2 or 3 probably spaces. 2. Yeah, that'll work out. Before I forget,
how it goes. I'm going to run to the other side and mirror this, because I will forget, and then I'll be running back and forth a whole bunch, and we don't like that. So we started with one here, and there, and there, and there, and there. And then we need lanterns here, skip 1, 2, and there. Okay. I might actually have enough slabs. This could be considered a miracle. I never have enough resources. I have, however, gotten stuck, so that's not great. Skip 1, 2, place one there. You know, it would be nice to have it here in the center instead. And by nice, I mean mandatory. See, this is why the castle is symmetric, because I can't do anything that isn't perfectly even. But it's fine. I'll make it work. I usually do. Emphasis on usually. Yeah, that's skip 2. And this will skip 2. And then we'll find ourselves here in the middle with a need for one right here. You know, honestly, what I should have done was just hung them from the top. That would have made a lot more sense, probably, actually, yeah. Do a little fly around and see how this looks. It's good because it's nighttime and I can tell whether. See, that would look amazing. I need to hang them. Yep, I need to hang them. I don't know what I was thinking. The obvious choice was always to leave these under here, like that, and not on the ground. I don't even have to fly around to know this looks better. I will fly around though, because I want to. I want to see it in all its glory. I'll just have to figure out what to do over here. Maybe these ones will go on the ground, or maybe I'll have something stringing them along. That would be actually pretty cute. I might try to do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. A little bit of like a wood lattice or something along those lines. I wasn't quite able to finish before dawn, but I think that this is much, much better. I'll have to fly around it at night just to see the difference there. But since it is daytime, we might as well just put in some of this foliage. I'm going to start with bigger pieces, stuff that grows up tall or climbs. Like, I want vines for sure. Can I not bone meal vines? I just looked it up, and you cannot bone meal vines. I don't know how I didn't know that, but yeah, I got a backup plan, so all is well. But yeah, that's really, really weird. 37 should be at least enough that I can get things started upstairs. This is only like one small area too. I have so much more detail left to add to this castle. I was also thinking about putting the vines higher up on this tower, like way up there. I might yet do that. Running all over the place trying to get these vines just where I want them. Including but not limited to right there. And up there. Little spots out here. I may end up going back for more, but this will do for now. I'll grab a couple more glow berries because I like the way they look inside, and I want more outside. Here we go. Oh, yeah, let me bone meal them so they actually have the berries. And then I want to put some here. Maybe not quite right there. Here's good though. And if I keep doing the bone meal thing, then I can have extra light around here, which is nice. Berries everywhere. Then I should decide whether bamboo is something that I actually want or not. I was thinking it makes sense back along here. Although in this particular spot, a tree would kind of make sense as long as it's not natural generation and I make it myself. I could put some bamboo in there. I could put some bamboo here. This would probably be... that would be the spot. If I'm going to do it, it should be in the kind of the corners where it's not blocking the view. Got a couple back here. I'm out already. That's funny. It's okay, I can just grab some more. I have lots and lots and lots of bamboo forever. Oh yeah, now that it's nighttime, I can do the fly around and see how the lanterns look. Way better than before. And the greenery is definitely going to make it all come together. You gotta make sure everything's a little bit tall enough so that you can see it from the ground, because from down here, you're not gonna see many flowers. So you gotta have hanging and you gotta have tall stuff like the bamboo and a couple of trees. So that's why it's not gonna just be a flower garden, although there will be flowers. I was definitely thinking about putting a tree in this area, and I might still try to do something small like that, but I definitely also want to put a kind of like string of fence posts. Yeah, no, that's not quite it. I kind of want something there though. Something to like break up the stone and the green. So the other option would be something a little more like this. Of course, I ran out of fence posts, but I might do the cross section that way too, and then I can hang stuff from it and like maybe grow some things over it. I mean, I'm pretty content with this. And for this side, I think if there's going to be a tree here, it's got to be an azalea. They're a little bit smaller and they've got the pink flowers and stuff. Oh, that popped right up. It looks dumb the way it generates naturally, but it doesn't really matter. I can move some branches and leaves and such. Kind of started over with the tree a little bit. I'm thinking that I could just new tree on top of the old tree, and then what do you know? You get a whole new generation there. All I've got to do now is put a little bit of oak log back in here. This is sort of what I came up with. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'll let that stay. Maybe one day I'll decide I want something different here, but I think a nice big tree to kind of offset this area is the right choice, and I'm pretty happy with the tree itself. Decided to add a nice little wooden bench swing here, just to look out over the forest. I could sit here forever. Alright, just a little bit more greenery. Make this place look believably unkept without being completely overgrown. It's kind of a delicate balance, I feel. I promise I'm leaving some of these flowers, but a lot of the naturally generating ones are not my favorites. So I'm going to have to come back and put some some better ones in. But I did put in these benches, which I really like. There's one on the other side over there too. And you can just sit here and look out over the back of the castle and see my aqueduct, which has no real source, unfortunately. One of these days I am gonna come back and terraform a whole mountain range into here, literally just so that my aqueduct looks more believable. Like there would actually be a little pond or reservoir up there that would collect water, and it would all filter in through these channels and create that waterfall effect in the front that I love so much. Okay, with these last few touches going in, I think we are pretty much at the end of this episode, and I do feel like we got quite a bit finished. So I have to say that I am really very pleased with how all of this stuff came out. It's honestly a big improvement over what I had before, so that's always really, really nice to see. I might have to cap some of these bamboo, and there's plenty of other things that still need work. But that is going to be all for today. If you did make it to this point in the episode, thank you, truly. And I do hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.